differences. Yeah, the DST hits look different because Okra is American and AzHarcos is European. So the data formats are different. All fine. Alright, we're starting off. Camp shouldn't see any huge divergence, but left side can still be a pest and might put a few seconds of a rift in between people. Also, apparently we have a head-to-head tab that we can look at for more details. Let me open that up. Alright, nobody falling on bridge, thankfully. At least nowadays, especially with doing the first-person strat, we don't run the risk of diving straight off the edge of the platform. That used to be a fun thing to deal with way back when. Also, in Frog Room, just doing some vectors to make the room ever so slightly faster. But, again, both runners going for the slightly faster strat that saves at 0.3, very valuable. Alright, left side time. Actually, different setups. AzHarcos is doing the vault, which I actually don't see people do that often. But I think it's just as fast as doing the triple jump.
I think it's slightly slower, but yeah, it wouldn't be that different.
Yeah, as long as you get it, it's not a huge deal. I mean, you can see that's still pretty tied up. Maybe like a second between them. Thought it was like 0.1. I see. But yeah, looking at a 221 and a actually pretty much low and high 221s. Maybe a 222 for Okra. Yeah, pretty evenly matched going into Cascade. I don't know if anybody. I assume that neither of them will be doing DSS, and I'm kind of hoping, but we'll see. Also, Lucid's name looks really satisfying with the partner badge now.
It's really cool.
Focus on commentary. I think Okra had a... Actually, no, never mind. I thought Okra had a little bit of a problem there with the dino, but I think it's about the same difference. And yeah, nobody turning their camera, so no DSS from either of them. Well, AzHarcos having a bit of an issue with the spin pound there, getting stuck on the bridge. Actually puts them in the opposite situation now. Alright, focus on the game. Both runners seem to be getting Dino Skip with no issues. Yep, no, I don't know what we call it when we're commentating and we can't swear. Not the bad spot that you can get screwed over with at times if you dive to the wrong location. No, Saren, that is not family friendly. Baby rage. I'm not getting my pay docked anymore for swearing. Hex spot, yeah, we can go with that. Thanks, UP.
Both of them doing pretty well in Madam Brood. Seems like the rest of Cascade should be pretty easy unless one of them goes for chest clip.
I have no idea if either of them are doing chest clip. Although I don't think it's incredibly uncommon to see around this skill range, so maybe we'll see an attempt from one or two of them. I don't actually... How much time does chest clip save? Because I think it's less nowadays. And it pretty much only saves time if you do fast chest clip.
Yeah, with fast chest clip it saves, I think, a bit less than a second.
But yeah, both runners doing clip anyway. Sticking with the safe option. And Okra finishing Cascade with probably about a 2-second lead over AzHarcos. Mainly due to the post first moon movement. So sand is probably, well, we'll see the the first major I guess difference between the runners. Definitely more that you can get tripped up with in this kingdom compared to the first two. And we'll also see DSTA come into effect at the start of the kingdom. Also, yeah, to explain DSTA really quick, I imagine a lot of people in chat already know, but for those who aren't incredibly familiar with SMO, when you saw the runners set their date and time before they started, that's to basically set up the clock so that daylight savings time will come into effect between planting that seed and coming back out of the sub-area, well, quote-unquote sub-area, that they're about to go into. And what that will do is that it will trick the game into thinking that the seed has been growing for an hour, and it's a pretty quick moon that we can get straight away. And also going into the pipe causes it to grow instantly, which is also kind of neat. And then this is the room I was talking about, and we'll see diving straight towards the seed, and providing the date is correct, which it of course is, we get the moon straight away. Still seeing Okra in the lead here. No major changes yet. But the rest of Sand is pretty tricky. Comms command needs to be changed. Yeah, Lucid had to take a rain check, so we have Hey there instead.
Yep.
Alright, time for the first dram strat of the run, where the runners will use a capture to basically grab a moon and then warp themselves to the bullet bill. And AzHarcos bonking, and I think Okra bonked on his way up and didn't bother with the setup. So yeah, actually no showcase of dram. But we'll have fun here. Ooh, just about tied now, because Okra had a bit of a problem breaking the box, but still ever so slightly ahead. Although Okra going onto that top platform there, what that does is it will make the bullet bill spawn in, although it still seems like AzHarcos managed to manipulate it better. And yeah, he'll take the lead because of that. 8 out of 10 script. Nothing too interesting yet. Although, speaking of which, difference in route, Okra opting to go for reverse Jaxi. So we'll see a little bit of a difference for a second, although seems to be having some issues getting on top. Manages to not fall off though. Set saves about a second if done optimally, providing that hasn't changed since we first found the strat. If Heather wants to correct me on that.
Yeah, I think it's around a second.
But yeah, still the same moons, just done in a different order, hence the name Reverse Jaxi. And yeah, AzHarcos maintaining his lead despite that. And then heading over to the last part, which we should see an interesting strat on the notes section. I think we just call it single throw notes nowadays, despite my heavy advocation for it to be called bus driver, in light of Chaos' tutorial on it. And Okra getting a first frame spin on there, that was actually interesting. AzHarcos going for it, seems to be fine. Oh yeah, had to quickly throw out the second one, although Okra giving it a good showcase there. And that's it for Sand. The bus driver. I've never heard you call it that. Yeah, I got actively shunned for calling it bus driver.
So it's like as 2 seconds ahead of Ochre right now from the globe.
Yeah. Could change in lake depending on how lake clip goes. I assume both runners are gonna go for this, but I have seen some people opt to not do the strat because it can be a bit risky sometimes, especially considering risk of bathtubing.
Yeah, and the time save is, I want to say like 6 seconds or something. I'm not really sure though.
Yeah, I think it's something around 6, 7. Just the best part, 10 seconds is usually the best way to go for most of these tricks. But yeah, it's still a pretty close CCS from both of them. Managing to keep up with each other so far. Ochre slightly off the moon there. That gets on the readjust. Alright, and we'll see AzHarcos attempting light clip first. After this moon. So let's see how quickly he gets the clip. So basically what you want to do here, both runners actually have different setups from the, actually no, never mind. But you want to slide against the wall and throw Cappy until Cappy clips through, and you actually saw Ochre get a fake clip there. Sometimes Cappy will clip through, but Mario refuses to. But both runners getting the clip in pretty decent time, while AzHarcos maintains his lead. Ochre, ooh, I thought we were going to see a bonk there, but barely manages to adjust into the moon. It's kind of cool. And yeah, just a little bit of fish movement here as we grab a few moons, and then that's it for lake. Also, ooh, AzHarcos actually opting to go for the first person strat. I was gonna say nobody would be going for it, but yeah, if you face the camera away from the wall and then go into first person, it will clip the camera through, and you can talk to the mermaid without actually having to go into the cubby. But I think for any percent it saves less than a second. It's more useful in categories like Darker, where you have to actually go into the room and then come back out after. I think it saves a few seconds in that category. But yeah, for any percent, yeah, it's really not that much at all. But it still looks cool, and is a nice reminder of how broken this game is sometimes. And yeah, AzHarcos actually widening the lead. I think that was mainly due to Ochre getting a fake clip after the second moon, but yeah, still anybody's game.
Around 7 seconds now of the difference. But that can easily change in Wooded. It's one of those kingdoms where it's just like a ton of things can go wrong for either runner.
Yeah, I think Wooded's definitely, if there's gonna be a like a major time loss from either player, I think Wooded's probably the first kingdom where it would realistically happen.
Yeah, like
Gone.
You could. Oh, okay. Alright, yeah. Ochre getting that last coin that he needs for exactly 100 coins for the moon.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize it was that close, but yeah, Ochre was a little short on coins, but there are a few bushes at the start of the kingdom that you can use to get yourself up to 100 if you don't have enough entering the kingdom.
But yeah, like, things that can go wrong can include, but is not limited to, missing nut clip, missing anything after the backup for nut clip, like going for the intermediate route where you have to climb the ledge to like get up to where the ramp is. Just a bunch of things.
Oh, I think we're back. Ooh, Okra falling on the OB movement, but barely manages to land on the little out of bounds part. AzHarcos not seeming to have too many problems, so yeah. Like I said.
A good thing that both of them got nut clip.
Yeah.
So we don't have to see any weird route changes during this wood.
Although Okra having some slight problems with ramp from the looks of things. Going for his third attempt. Yeah, I got a rainbow spin instead of a wall kick. Which sucks. Yeah, gets on the third try. There we go. Yeah, kinda rough for Okra, but definitely not something that he couldn't come back from. I think we've learned, even from the first race in this tournament, that it's not really ever over until the race ends properly. We'll see AzHarcos doing FRS here. Much nicer than oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say significantly nicer to do than a spin pound FRS. Most commentators curse.
Yeah, but as you saw there, one issue that could arise with Dive F or that version of FRS, where you're seeing Okra doing beautifully right there.
There we
go. You can have your jumps not like short enough so that you overshoot your last jump, so that you just kind of fall instead of landing, which could lead to disaster actually. Like trying to get back on, you can bonk on the railing, and then like even worse if you forgot the checkpoint right before like going over near where the piranha is, you could go all the way back to shop, which could lose like a minute or so, which has happened before.
Yeah, thankfully there's not much risk of falling into deep woods there, because I guess the zone for falling in doesn't extend that far. But yeah, dying and going back to the shop if you don't get the checkpoint is pretty detrimental. And then we'll be heading into Pipeway on AzHarcos' screen in a second. Very cycle-based sub-area. Basically any small mistake will lose you a significant amount of time, because then you can't hit your final cycle for the sub-area. And you'll see a lot of different strats here as well, because at the end of the day all that matters is getting there at a point that is good for you to slide between these fuzzies here, and then jump up to the top like that. So yeah, AzHarcos extending his lead in Wooded due to Okra's issues with ramp. But still only probably about 30 seconds or so, I'd say. Dying without CP there is even worse than Deep Woods. Yeah, I feel like if anything they're probably about even, because the closest point you can come out of Deep Woods is at the nut at the tree that we get after shop. I guess it's just gauging the time loss with each. Also wait wherever you land, but thankfully I don't fall down there that often, so I don't know where you land if you fall in at that point.
Yeah, both runners having a fair share of their mistakes in Wooded, but still not too far off from each other. The lead only widened by, I want to say, like a few seconds or so.
Yeah, give it a take. Shouldn't be any huge mishaps in Cloud. I think we'll be exactly 10 seconds apart, apparently, according to Dumpster. But yeah, there shouldn't be any huge changes to that in Cloud unless somebody misses one of the fast hat cycles. Cycle's doing a triple jump there. It's kind of fancy. Yeah, just finishing up the fight and heading into Lost. In terms of moons, Lost is actually the fastest kingdom in the 80% run, as far as I'm aware. Like, in terms of getting moons in a, like, closed amount of time, I guess. It has the fastest moons per minute, I think was what I heard in the past. And yeah, it has a lot of tight movement, because obviously the very small platforms and the obvious risk of falling into the poison if you miss one of them.
Yeah, not that big of a kingdom, especially on your first visit.
Yeah. And yeah, the way that we go around the kingdom is obviously important as well, because we avoid Klepto's range until we meet him at his little platform. And avoid getting Cappy stolen, which is what Meme Tree is for. Wonder if we're gonna see reverse repeal from either of the runners here. I don't know if either of them go for it in their regular attempts. AzHarcos playing it safe, and I imagine Okra will follow suit. They're definitely... Oh, actually, never mind. Alright. I will eat my words. Okra going for a reverse repeal, and gets it. Nice.
I'm pretty sure my PB doesn't even do that. I hate that trick.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've never tried it, so I have no idea. Although AzHarcos bonking going towards the bridge there, that's gonna suck a lot. Okra misses it too!
Okay.
Ooh. So yeah, this is gonna be annoying to back up, because you're not actually allowed to stand on the bridge, otherwise you'll... Oh wait, never mind. I'm wrong. Unless...
Just a bit further in the bridge.
Yeah.
Is the cutscene trigger.
I think in my mind I just avoid standing on the bridge altogether, so I
yeah.
assume that it's just the whole bridge. Yeah, that definitely put things close again. But yeah, I was saying earlier, when it came to reverse repeal, you'll often see in races that people opt to not do strats that they would do in their regular runs, just to avoid the risk. But yeah, Okra proving me wrong and doing reverse repeal. Heading on to Night Metro. Some slightly annoying platforming at the start of this kingdom. And then the Wiggler.
Yeah, hopefully we don't see any 3 cycles or even worse.
Yeah, we can hope.
Yeah, it isn't too common to like see that happening at this level. So yeah, should be good. But of course, things can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen in these races. And yeah, there are definitely some cycles that are less favourable to getting 2 cycles, but usually nothing that the runners can't deal with. As far as I'm aware, this race is live. I can check the commentary sheet. Let's take a look. Yes, this race is live. So AzHarcos, I think, wall kicking off of the wrong wall there, but manages to deal with it. Although that does put them even closer now. The only difference being about, 2 seconds from Okra's damage refill, but it's not even that. There's like
It's like half a
second.
second.
Yeah. Although we're having a little bit of an issue with the spin pound there. Yeah, very close going into the fight. I think Patton will probably decide who's in the lead after this. Alright, let's have a look. I think one thing to note about the Wiggler here, when it comes to some of their patterns, is that if the Wiggler crosses over itself, sometimes the hitboxes can get a little messed up, and that's usually what leads to most of the issues with Wiggler. Although it seems like AzHarcos isn't getting a very crossy pattern, but Okra getting a little bit of a loop pattern, but deals with it well. But does take the lead actually because of it. So yeah, like I said, all in the pattern that the runners get, and also how they deal with it. Like I think Okra dealt with that pattern pretty well. Yeah, still really close at this point. Literally a second. Okra getting a 42 fade out and AzHarcos 43. Alright, on to Day Metro. Scoot Clip could be a bit of a pain here, depending on if the runners choose to go for drive-by or not. Could save them a little bit of time, but can be a real pain if they miss it. Yeah, Okra trying to go for drive-by. And messes it up, but backs it up really well. AzHarcos going for a little bit more of a setup, but definitely profits because of it. And takes the lead again. Also with Okra having a little bit of issues climbing up. Although now, AzHarcos still barely. Actually, never mind. Doesn't get the warp. So now Okra's ahead again. This is so hard to commentate.
Very interesting.
How do you like the script so far? Yeah, hard to keep up with.
Oh my goodness. Oh, right.
Damn.
This is how close the race is.
Yeah, that was literally synced. If somebody messes up slots here. Both get it, so yeah. Okra with a minor lead, got out of the credit section with a little bit more ease. But now we're heading into bullet building, which could definitely switch things up. This can be a very annoying sub-area for the same reason that City Hall sucks, and that's because of the poles. Sometimes the physics are a little bit uncooperative. It seems like no major issues, but AzHarcos doing it a little bit faster and takes the lead again. And then the runners are gonna be going for an insta capture here on this bullet bill. Okra misses it and AzHarcos gets it, so strengthening the lead. Although Okra backs it up pretty well, just vaulting off of the edge of the platform. There's still only a few seconds between. But yeah, that bullet bill dies pretty much like well, it dies very quickly after you get over there, so you need to make sure that you get that insta capture. There isn't enough time to hit off the hat and then capture afterwards. And Okra, yeah, not having enough distance there to reach the platform. I'm gonna have to go back up and try again. Yeah, AzHarcos had a little bit of an issue with the climb, although Okra's now having issues as well. So, Probably won't get to capitalize on that time save that much. This act 2 is insane. I guess time-wise, we're technically still in Act 1. Switching over into snow. Just wait for Act 3. Okay, apparently it's in 3 parts. I didn't read the script well enough. Four parts? Alright, you know.
We're at the end of part 2.
I'm having a little bit of an issue with people's room here. Barely missed the awning. So AzHarcos leaving with a 12, and then Okra probably leaving with like a 35. So yeah, like a good 20 seconds in between them right now. Yeah, definitely still room for Okra to catch up. More than enough. I'd say in the grand scheme of things, 20 seconds isn't that much with half an hour left.
Yeah, we have snow, which is, I wouldn't say as much as wooded, where some mistakes can really change, like, how far the lead is or the lead completely. But it is certainly not a very forgiving kingdom. Like, there are some spaces or areas where you can just, like, die, like in the 2 sub areas that you go in. It's not that hard to die there, and Snow Jam, of course. And you can miss Snow Jam, like, even a few times. That would change the lead by a ton.
Yeah, I think even a single Snow Jam miss by AzHarcos might even give Okra a chance to come back, because it does lose a lot of time. I think I downplayed the time loss from a Snow Jam reattempt last time I was commentating, but I think it's still pretty close to like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Considering re-warping and actually doing the trick and falling down takes a lot of time as well. Yeah, around 20 seconds. Which I think is still what the lead sits at the moment. Something around there. Yeah, AzHarcos dealing with the blow Jordan fine. Actually gets the like leaving a spiny at the end there to save a little bit more time. Yeah, Oka not seeming to have any problems either. Also gets them a nip, but yeah, the spiny was in the middle of the platform there. A little bit harder to knock off. Still no major issues though. AzHarcos going into Goomba Room. Are we gonna see Goomba Vectors? No, we're not. Understandable. Goomba Vectors can be a little bit scary sometimes. Trying to hop back and forth on a winding platform. Yeah. Okra actually not choosing to play it safe. There we go. There's some vectors. It looked like he was just gonna go for a regular strats with the initial shake, but yeah, just show off the vectors.
Yeah, they save a bit more than what it looks like it saves. Like, I'm not sure exactly how much, but I've heard like 1 to 2 seconds if done optimally.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, And it looks cool as well.
Yeah, I was gonna
Lose
say
school
it.
points.
It does look very cool. At the end of the day, it's not about going fast. It's about looking cool while doing it. All right, Snowdrome time. Let's have a look. Definitely a trick that can cause some problems. We'll see how AzHarcos goes. Seems to be a fine vector. Yeah, gets it.
Yeah.
Let's try. No issues there. Actually gets the RCB on the way back. Barely makes the platform. That was scary. But yeah, pretty clean snow for AzHarcos. And then we'll see how Okra fares. Gets it too. Okay. So, on to Seaside. Shouldn't see any huge differences in lead here. I think Seaside's one of those kingdoms where the only time loss you really get is from fish bonks and just bonking generally. Unless somebody has problems with fish clip, but should be a relatively calm kingdom. And then we're on to luncheon.
Yeah, most of what can go wrong is in the beginning, and it's not that much either.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you, like, as you get better at the game and try to input new strats, the start of Seaside can be a little bit of a pain to do. Yeah, I have no idea as to the paces at the moment. I don't know how well you can gauge. And yeah, now onto the fish movement. 153 on my PB, but I had bad BM. I could try and compare against mine, since AzHarcos is pretty close to my PB. Plus 44 on PB right now, so still in pretty good stead. Going to I really should open the stats sheet. I still haven't found the magnum opus in getting everything on my monitors correct. And yeah, fish clip coming up in a second. Pretty consistent clip, but I think there's definitely the potential to misjudge it and lose a bit of time. See AzHarcos going for it now. Should be fine with that, yeah. Get straight through. Yeah, just grabbing this moon out of bounds and then heading into the Sphinx Vault. Okay, doing fish clip now. Also fine, yeah. See the climax shine in Act 4. Yeah, I did take a quick peek at the script. I can't guarantee much, but it does seem quite interesting.
Yeah, I should actually look through some of the
just
script.
Take a quick peek. Well, see, I don't know what the time difference is now. AzHarcos saved a bit of time according to his PB in Seaside. Actually, never mind. I was reading from the wrong part. But yeah, I don't think either of them had any major issues, so it should just be about the same as before.
Oh man, y'all ain't ready for Act 4.
Yeah, looking like about a 28-second difference between them at the moment. Yeah, definitely something that, or definitely not something that Luncheon couldn't change. But AzHarcos having a relatively clean start. Okra going for Salt Triple now. Ooh, that was really close to getting it. And yeah, chooses to back it up by just going to the ledge up, but gets stuck on the pillar. There we go. Gets it in the end. Ooh, that was... Yeah, that was right on the edge there. Still a good backup though. And yeah, I would say, yeah, neither runner opting to do Spiritless. Have we actually seen Spiritless in a race yet? I don't know if we can get a confirmation from this. I think it's something we'll probably see more in the league itself after the qualifiers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if any of the runners in the qualifiers even go for it in PB attempts, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, not as far as I'm aware. Yeah, AzHarcos having a little bit of a problem with the geometry in here. I think that's probably the most annoying thing about Luncheon. The platforms can be a little bit misleading at times.
Definitely.
How much does Spiritless save? You probably know that better than me. I don't like to give a number for it.
Pretty much around 10 seconds would be good.
Yeah.
That is if everything goes well.
Yeah, no, Spiritless yet, according to Dempsey. And yeah, it is very difficult, just to reiterate that. Yeah, going on to Fox here for AzHarcos. Usually a pretty consistent sub-area, I'd say. Unless you try to throw Cappy too early and miss one of the forks, but yeah. Usually no major heartbreaks in this room. Okra heading into Fox as well. AzHarcos about to do cheese. I'm kind of interested as to the setup here. If there's going to be a camera in it. Looks like just beelining it straight to the Penbro. Actually looked like he was going to go without that. And yeah, no major issues in Fox for Okra. Yeah, this final part of Luncheon shouldn't, again, shouldn't cause any, huge issues. But the, geometry on the back mountains can be a little bit of a pain at times. Yeah, AzHarcos just going over there now. But yeah, the post part of this moon can be a little bit messy at times, because you have to land on, yeah, just that little bit sticking out of the wall. But usually you're in, like, the right alignment to get it. But yeah, that's pretty much Luncheon done for AzHarcos, providing he doesn't first frame here. And I said that last time and somebody first framed, so... But yeah, we're fine. And Okra following suit. So yeah, no real problems in luncheon. Besides Okra having a little bit of a hiccup at the start. But still something that even a trick like Target Acquired could give Okra the chance to catch back up. I'll wait until there's no first frame. Alright, we're good. Alright, heading into Ruined. Definitely the most exciting kingdom of the game. I probably shouldn't say that while Heide's here. But, yeah. So, somewhat of an auto-scroller kingdom, but I do have 316 gold, so I'm still losing 4 seconds here.
Well, it definitely, like, in a race, it would definitely be something that doesn't really change anything unless...
You would like to think, unless somebody dies on the dragon.
Yeah. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. It's happened before in some tragic ways, but yeah. It isn't that common.
We will just hope.
Yeah.
And yes, I will take some time during this run while we're waiting for the runners to do the dragon fight to shout out all the people that make this event possible. So shoutouts to the runners, of course, AzHarcos and Okra for putting on this show for us. Shoutouts to Danster for organising the entire thing. Shoutouts to Plan B for, I guess, hosting the tournament in a sense and providing to the initial prize pool, and also shoutouts to Sarah, who has restreamed the matches and made all the layouts and made the stream look nice. Be our viewing pleasure. And also shoutouts to my co-commentator, Ada.
And shoutouts to Source 28.
Who? And yeah, thanks nicely providing us with all the commands and chat. You should follow everybody. Except for that Source 28 guy, he kinda sucks.
I don't really like that hated cool guy, personally.
Yeah, true. Yeah, AzHarcos finishing up with the dragon fight. Okra, I think heading into the final phase, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's about what it should be. So yeah, still let me have a look. Exiting luncheon, 42-second difference between the runners apparently. So I think AzHarcos definitely has a very strong lead at the moment, but yeah, definitely nothing that couldn't change in Bowser's and Moon.
Yeah, and that's especially looking at last race that happened with Az actually not having the best DM by a little bit, and that would definitely change the lead a lot, and could change like how many points both of them get by a lot as well.
Yeah, true, that's also an important thing to note, because not only do you get, in this qualifier, not only do you get points for winning, the winner will get 60 points, but 30 points are spread between the runners depending on how much the winner beats the loser by. So there are 30 points for every 10 seconds the winner wins by. They will get a point, and then all the remaining points will go to the loser. So even if, for example, AzHarcos wins this, there are still 30 points in it for Okra. So there is definitely still a motivation to try his best, even though he's currently behind.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I think is a very good point scoring system. Yeah, I don't think Okra goes for Birdram here. Yeah, both runners doing crates. There is a slight route alteration that you can do here, but usually at this level most people will opt to do crates because as far as I'm aware it is technically faster to do crates, but I think for a lot of it it is down to personal preference to some degree.
Actually, I think I saw Az do Birdram, but
Oh wait, yeah, Az did
Yeah.
do Birdram. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Never mind. Don't listen to me. So yeah, like I said, definitely down to personal preference, and yeah, as preferring to do Birdram. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, it looks like it like made the lead a bit narrower for Az, but you'll gain that time back in the next split. So
Yeah. So yeah, even though the lead looks a little bit less wide, AzHarcos is a moon ahead. So yeah, relatively clean shots from both. Although, okay, you know, I'll stop talking. Yeah, AzHarcos did roll into the Pokio, and Okra having a little bit of an issue after that third shot, but yeah. No major time losses, and AzHarcos actually opting not to do Bowser Dram here. Interesting. Can be a little bit of a pain sometimes. I think only saves about a second or two.
yeah, that seems about right. I'm not sure myself, like exactly, but yeah, that would make sense.
It's nothing major, and definitely more punishing if you miss it, so it's understandable. Also, AzHarcos doing topper first. What a traitor. And actually, are you topper first, Taylor, or...?
Harry at first. I used to do, actually, coin toss.
Oh yeah, I actually remember that, yeah.
I should do it again, I just don't do it because Siri is dumb.
And yeah, Okra doing Harry at first, so clearly the better choice coming out from Okra here. Probably save a bit of time, smile. Yeah, just to confirm, that is purely down to personal preference again. It doesn't matter which one you go to first. There are some CE categories in which it actually matters, but as far as I'm aware, for all main boards, it's not an issue. You just pick whichever one you want to do first.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have to do both of them after each other, so you're not delaying one by any significant amount.
Yeah, the only reason that some people, like, prefer it over the other is, like, maybe... Well, one of the reasons, I guess, would be, like, maybe they find Topper a bit harder, so in case they take damage, they can get the checkpoint so that they don't have to wait for the damage refill, which wastes 2 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
they can get the checkpoint right when they get to the other fight.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. And yeah, seeing AzHarcos go straight past the crates there, and getting his lead back that he sacrificed to get the rune earlier. And yeah, we'll see Okra doing crates. And it's time for the mech fight, which is definitely where we might see a decent time loss from either of the runners, especially when it comes to target acquired. Sometimes your timing can just be slightly off and you lose, I think it's just about 25 seconds, at least when I back it up, so probably about 20 seconds for regular people.
Actually, I think it's... Well, I don't remember the last time I missed it, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, usually the backup is just slamming reset and loading a new file. So we typically don't see the time loss actually quantified. Also, we do actually have a prediction in chat. Interesting. For who chat thinks will win. You know, I'm rooting for Okra. Okra went for Harriet first. The key to my heart. Throwing 1,000 points. Submissions closing in 5 minutes. Also, yeah, I wasn't actually paying attention that. Did AzHarcos mess up TA or?
Oh, I was actually looking at the prediction as well.
We got distracted. Was somebody in chat watching? Did AzHarcos miss TA? Can I get a confirmation on this? I'm gonna assume, considering the time rift, that AzHarcos missed TA. And yeah, actually, this puts Okra back in the lead if he gets it. Yeah, he does. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, AzHarcos bet is sweating right now.
Yeah, that definitely changed the prediction percentages.
Yeah, we're just gonna see the Okra stonks shoot up now. Quick, moderators, close it. Get it. Okra stonks are rising at the moment. But yeah, that was definitely rough for AzHarcos. Had a little bit of trouble backing it up as well, so big lead change there. Yeah, Okra actually, yeah, definitely a significant lead going into Moon. This is definitely Okra's race to lose now. Act 4, breaking some hearts, breaking some channel point bank accounts.
Yeah, Act 4 is insane. And we're not even done with Act 4 yet.
It ain't over yet, chat. We're still Moon. And yeah, escape can definitely be a big time loss, because obviously if you die at any point you go right back to the start. And dying on 2D skip probably loses you about 30-45 seconds, something between then. And then if you die in pillars, it's a good minute and a half, depending on whereabouts you die. So yeah, definitely still a chance for AzHarcos to come back. Commentator saying that despite betting all points on Okra. We're not allowed to be biased. No problems for Okra heading into the cathedral. And we'll see AzHarcos go for Moonskip there. Actually, ground pound's a little bit off the edge of the Sphinx and falls back down. But yeah, gets it once he actually gets to do the setup. That was actually really close, that dive onto the platform there. Still the potential to lose a little bit of time in the Bowser fight, because messing up each phase will lose you 7 seconds. But yeah, doesn't seem to be any issues yet. But it's all down to escape, really.
Yeah, that's where you can lose Ace kill that time.
Yeah, that's where the time loss is at for sure. Unless somebody dies in the Bowser fight, but I don't think we've seen that in a while.
Kicks back memories for me. I had a good run that just died.
Yeah, I think I don't think I've actually, in my entire time playing Odyssey, killed a run to Moon. I think after 3 years I'm relatively proud to say that, but yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
That's pretty lucky.
I mean, yeah, I think most of my Moon mistakes were in like some of my earlier PBs, like where you die in pillars and you're still 2 minutes ahead regardless. Back in the good old days, feels strong, man. But anyway, back to the race. Okra heading into Escape, coming up on 2D now, which is probably the first point where a major time loss can occur. So we'll see how this goes. I actually encountered an interesting bug the other day when it comes to 2D. Sometimes you can land on the top platform, but barely miss it. So the game thinks you've landed on the top platform and drops the section you're jumping from away, but you actually don't make it. And at that point you're completely screwed, even if you land back on the platform. But yeah, thankfully it didn't happen to Okra. And we'll see AzHarcos going for 2D skip now. Okay. Okay.
Pretty scary.
Okay, we're fine.
Right.
So yeah, a little bit of a tussle with 2D skip there, but thankfully gets up in the end. I didn't actually see if Okra got early pillar though.
Yeah, he got a pretty nice early pillar.
Okay. So yeah, as long as Okra doesn't fall down the meme hole here, I'll get invisible. This should be an Okra victory here. AzHarcos bet is crying. Yeah, Okra seems to be taking the win here. Not really anything that can go wrong from this point, but yeah, AzHarcos not too far behind either. Both in pillars at the same time, so this was definitely a close race. And Okra finishing with a 102.48 from the looks of things. GG's.
GG.
And yeah, it should be a low 103 for AzHarcos here. Probably a 1x, I'd imagine. Still very respectful race times, for sure. And we do actually have Okra in VC for an interview. Hello, Mark.
Hello.
So what were your thoughts on the race? How do you think it went?
What do I say to that, man? What do I say about this race? I do not think the better racer won today, I'll tell you that. What the heck? What happened? I don't know.
Yeah, we also have AzHarcos in here too.
Which finished with a 103.20.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, GG Okra.
GG.
GG, man. What was this race? What happened?
Yeah, I know. She put on a good show.
Yeah, the script was good for this one.
The script was good. I was glancing over at Twitch chat every now and then, and I take it that it was at least entertaining to watch, so I'm glad for that. But man, that was something.
Yeah, I think the funny thing it was in Mech, where the prediction was open for who chat thought was gonna win, and everybody was voting AzHarcos, and then TA happened, and you just saw like the rift as people were like, oh lord.
Yeah, that was actually the reason why I did that.
Yeah, trying to screw over chat's channel points.
No, yeah, that was just dumb. Losing a minute in next split should never happen.
Yeah, that can be a pain sometimes, for sure.
It could have been fine if I did a decent backup, but yeah. Whatever, GG.
You'd be like
GG,
that
man.
sometimes. Yeah, GG's.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was still a pretty close race. So AzHarcos will be getting 27 points out of this
Nice.
science. So yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think I have any remaining questions. If you have anything you want to ask them, hey there, or if you guys have any final comments on what happened.
Super Mario Odyssey is a very good and responsive video game. Smiley face.
Not agree.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's it for us. Shoutouts to the runners. There was definitely a interesting script. Script writers definitely need a raise after that one. There's been some content on the tournament so far. But yeah, I think that's it for us for now. I have no idea what the next race is, so please hold while I fanatically scroll through the commentary channel. It will be Door versus Unimu, commentated by Ghost and Lustrous. So yeah, that should be an interesting race to watch. Make sure you guys stick around. But, yeah, that will be us done.